Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome back into Mama Angel's kitchen. Today, we are cooking up some shrimp fried rice and bok choy. I am excited about this meal. I'm telling you, I have saved my appetite for this, so I can't wait to go ahead and pull this together. I tell you, the hardest part about this meal was getting all the prep together. Okay, now that that's done, we're gonna get cooking. Let's dive right on into these ingredients real quick. I have a head of bok choy here, and it's starting to wilt, so it is ready to be cooked. Okay, and I'll show you what we're gonna do with that. I left it whole so we can work on that. But for the fried rice, I've got here, these are the veggies I'm going to be working with for my rice. I've got about a half of a medium onion, and then about half of a green, yellow, and red bell pepper. That's the veggies we're working with. And then I do have two scallions that I've got the white and the light green colors separated from the dark green. We're going to use the dark green part for garnish, and then the other part will go into the rice with everything else. Of course, have the shrimp here, and I've got this is 1 pound of small peeled, deveined, shells off, and they are thawed and ready to go. Here I've got, I think I've got two medium-sized garlic clove and about the same size of fresh ginger root, and that's grated down in here, and that's going to be for our sauce. And then here I've got, I think I have about 4 medium-sized garlic clove and about the same of ginger, and these are roughly chopped. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that. That's going to be for our bok choy and the sauce and the season our bok choy up, okay? But you'll see as we go along. Sauces we're going to be needing. I've got some soy sauce, and I do like using the low sodium soy sauce. Then we have some hoisin sauce, oyster sauce, and fish sauce, and then our sesame seed oil. Okay, all the normal things that I do when you guys have seen me do fried rice before. Okay, it's no secret. I've done fried rice before on my channel. And then, of course, I have a lot of rice. This is day-old cold rice. And it's not yellow. I just kind of season it with sazon. That's why it looks yellow, but it's not a traditional yellow rice, okay? All right, then I'm gonna go ahead, the seasoning that I have for the shrimp. I have garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, sazon, tahini, and yep, it's paprika. Sorry, I tell you, the mind just goes sometimes, guys. It just goes. All right, let's get that stirred up. I'm gonna go ahead and get this shrimp seasoned up really quick here. And I'm gonna set them to the side, and then we're just gonna saute up those shrimp, okay? I get my glove on so I don't have to keep washing my hands. And you just want to massage that seasoning down in the shrimp. And I will saute those up real nicely. Take them out. Okay, let's go ahead and work on this bok choy. I'm gonna cut the bottom of it off. Okay, and then I've got a couple of bowls here, and I think I'm just gonna put these bowls right down in my sink. Just got 2 bowls like this, and I'm gonna fill them up with water. 1 bowl will be for the stalks, and 1 bowl will be for the leafy part, okay? I'm just gonna do that just like that because we're gonna cook them separately. Well, I will start the stalks out first, And what I'm actually going to do, I'm not going to leave the stalk like this. I'm going to, let's see, break it down to about pieces like this, okay? All right, and then the leaves, I will probably, do them a little bit like that. I'll leave them kind of big. All right, guys, here we go. I've got the bok choy all washed and clean. That's why you want to put it in bowls. And I do it in separate bowls so I can, keep them kind of separate so these can go in, cook first, and then the leaves can follow it. But these are clean and ready to go. And the reason you want to do that is because there tends to be a lot of sand in between the leaves of that bok choy. So that's why you want to do that. Now we're going to make the sauce for our bok choy, okay? And I've got my little saucepan here because we are going to boil this just a little bit. And now I'm going to do half of the garlic I have in here and half of the ginger. And then when we cook, I'll show you the other half. We'll use the other half when we cook the bok choy, okay? So I just kind of divided it up and took half of it there. All right, so we need, let's see, about a teaspoon of the hoisin sauce. And this is the hoisin sauce with chili and lime. They have so many different flavors, and I, for one, just love them. Okay, I'm going to go in with, again, about another teaspoon of soy sauce, about a teaspoon of hoisin sauce, and then a couple of dashes of the fish sauce, a little bit of sugar. This is probably a half a teaspoon of sugar, really just a little bit. You don't need that much. Okay, and I didn't tell you about the sugar. There's so many ingredients here. Some of you just gonna have to get as I come along. All right, and then we're gonna use about another teaspoon or so of water. Maybe just a tad bit more, okay? There we go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and build the sauce for our rice and get it sitting aside. And then we'll move on to our bok choy. And here I'm going to be doing about a tablespoon each. Okay, that is it for our soy sauce. And I've got another one. So, about a good tablespoon and a half of the soy sauce. And I'll come right back. And a good tablespoon of the hoisin. Good tablespoon of the oyster sauce. A couple of dashes of the fish sauce. And then this is the grated ginger and garlic. Okay, let's go ahead and dump that right in there. And let's get this all mixed up. Ginger and garlic right down in there. Saute that up real quick. Just until it starts to smell, which does not take long. Okay? And I've got this on a high heat, which is why I love using a wok. If you don't have one, get one. No, I'm kidding. You can always use a large frying pan. Okay? As soon as that starts smelling, you want to go ahead and get something in there to stop the cooking on your ginger and garlic so you don't burn it. Okay? Let these larger parts, the stalk of the bok choy, let that saute up for a bit, 5 minutes or so, 3 to 5 minutes. All right, it's been about 3 minutes. Let's go in now with our tops. that. And you can see how quickly those greens have wilted down. So that's why you get those stems in there first. Okay, I've transferred our bok choy to a platter. And here's that sauce. Probably still can't get a good look at it, but it has reduced down. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I'm going to put just a drizzle, the smallest bit of drizzle of the sesame seed oil down in there. Oh, the smell just comes out right away. And this is how we're going to do this. Put that sauce right over that bok choy, like that. Oh, man. Ooh, that's going to be good. Get our shrimp in there. And I honestly might just do a couple of batches just because I really do want them to have a nice, nice little char on them. Let's get them in there, single layer. Don't move them. All right, I flipped them over. As soon as your shrimp, curl up like that, these babies are done. It does not take shrimp long. And then these little ones like this, they just don't take long. Go ahead and move these out and get that other batch done. And then we'll, guys, I got that oil heated back up. And let's go in with our eggs. I've got 3 beaten eggs here. Normally I would have done 5 to 6 for the amount of rice I'm making. But 3 is all I've got in my house. So 3 is what we're working with, okay? I'm going to go ahead and give that a quick scramble. Move it around, and yep, I left the seasoning in there. Normally I would have taken the seasoning out, but you know what? Today is one of them days where it's all one dish anyway. It is okay if you want to go ahead and leave that seasoning in there. It's all going to be in one dish. Not just on one plate, but on one dish. Okay? Alright guys, you get those eggs almost cooked. You don't even want to get them completely cooked because they're going to finish cooking when you put them in the rice. Alright, let's get that fire off. Alright, and make sure it comes back up to temp. Alright, and here we go. Veggies. That whole platter of it. I was asking myself if I wanted to use all of those onions, but myself said yes. Alright, let's get these started. Get these sauteed out for about, 3 to 5 minutes. And I'll come back with our rice. Alright, our onions are translucent. You don't want them much darker than that. We're going to go now in with the white and the light white of the scallion. Give that a mix. And then let's come on in with our rice. I don't know if I'm going to use all of this rice or not. But, let your spirit and your pot or wok, whatever you're using, tell you when to stop. Okay? Alright, let's stop there and see how we're looking. Mix everything up. Oh, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? I'm just kind of looking by. If you got any clumps of rice, go ahead and break those up. And then I'm just kind of looking at my rice to veggie ratio. Okay? Man, that's pretty. Alright, I think we just may get all that in there. I think we're good. Alright. Which is fantastic because my family, we like fried rice. Every last one of us. we enjoy some fried rice. All right, let's get our egg back in there. Dump that in there, every bit of it. Go ahead and break that up. And yeah, boy, I tell you, I definitely need more egg because we also like it extra eggy. But, you know, I work with what I got. And I went to the store on my way home from church, but didn't think about eggs. All right, there we go. All right, let's come in with our sauce. Let's stir, and I'm confident we're going to use every bit of that sauce. All right, and at this point, we get ready to turn down our fire. We're pretty done with the stir frying portion of it. And yeah, let's turn that fire all the way off. And just keep bringing this together. Just like that. I tell you, it never fails that I don't make a mess. All right, now let's come on in with those shrimp. And whatever sauce they want to bring, it's okay. Mix them on in like that. Ooh, this is pretty. This is just pretty. Just pretty. Look at that. All right, guys. That's it. I'm going to hit it with a little scallion. Just like that. Okay. And I'll save some for the plating. All right, we'll be back with the taste test. I forgot the sesame seed oil. I always forget. I usually go back and have to do it afterwards, but there you go. Nice little drizzle right there. Okay, and then give that a mix as well. All right, meet you for the taste test. All right, guys, here we go. Man, this looks so good. And guess what? Oh no, I was going to say it's a vegetarian meal. It's not. There's shrimp in here. But that's okay. You can easily make this a vegetarian meal and leave the shrimp out. You know, or for those who only eat seafood, here's your meal. Right here. Isn't that gorgeous? That rice is just beautiful. So is that bok choy now. I have been tasting that bok choy. It's so good. It's so good. And I don't know that I need any more sauce, but here's the rest of that sauce. Easily, you know, as you plate it, go ahead and put a little, you know, leave the sauce out on your table so you can drizzle a little bit more on there. Let's go ahead and get a bite of that first. Oh man. Come on. Doesn't that look amazing? Doesn't it? Wow. All right. That is so good. That is so good. And that's how you want to leave it. A little bit of crunch to it. If you want to leave these pieces a little bit smaller so they're not, you know, so big, but however you want to do them, this is the way to cook it. It is just delicious. I think bok choy is like a Chinese cabbage. Man, that flavor is so good. And I think it's one of those, it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor on its own. So it will take on the flavor of, you know, whatever you cook it in. I typically do it Asian style, like I've done it, but I don't see why I couldn't do it like I would a fried cabbage or something like that. It'll just take on that same flavor. All right, let's get in here to this rice. Look at that. Got that pepper there. I should have found me a shrimp. I didn't. Man, that's good. You can put some of that bok choy sauce on your rice as well. It's the same flavor, except that one has been intensified because it was reduced by the heat. Okay? Man, this is good. This is dinner tonight, y'all. This is dinner tonight. Man, I hope you try this one, especially that bok choy. Don't sleep on the bok choy, guys. That is really, really delicious. All right, guys, if you like this one, come on, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, come on, subscribe to my channel. Come on, subscribe to my channel. And when you do subscribe, don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified every time I put an amazing video out there. I love you guys. You stay prayed up. I'll see you real soon in my next video. Good night.